So welcome to Amida Edutech. Amida Edutech proudly provides you the Telangana DNA, Telangana Daily News Analysis. This news analysis will help you in your Group 1, Group 2, SI Constable exam preparation. We cover major newspapers like The Hindu, Indian Express, Times of India, Deccan Chronicle, etc. Let us go into today's news. Justice Ujjwal Bhuyan to be the new Chief Justice of Telangana High Court. The Supreme Court on Tuesday recommended the name of Justice Ujjwal Bhuyan as the Chief Justice of Telangana High Court. Currently, he is a judge at the Telangana High Court. He is the senior most judge in the Telangana High Court. The present Chief Justice of Telangana High Court, Satish Chandra Sharma, has been transferred to Delhi High Court as its Chief Justice. So, Justice Bhuyan was appointed as an additional judge of Guwahati High Court in 2011. He was closely associated with Judicial Academy, Assam and National Law University, Guwahati. Later in 2019, he was transferred to the Bombay High Court and took oath as the judge of Bombay High Court. After a 2-year stint in Bombay High Court, he was transferred to Telangana High Court as one of its judges in 2021. What is CCI? CCI is nothing but the Cement Corporation of India. It is a unit in Adilabad. Is going to be a history now. So it is a Government of India enterprise. It is now kept for online bidding. The CCI is going to be sold. The online electronic bids are invited for appointment of valuers for valuation of assets required for disposal of the plant machinery along with the plant structure, store and scrap, and dismantling the quarters of a township at its cement factories in Akaltara and Mandar, both in Chhattisgarh, and Kurkunta, Karnataka, and Nayagaon in Madhya Pradesh, and Adilabad in Telangana. This public sector enterprise said in an e-tender. In this, what they are going to do is, before going to sell that, this entire corporation is first valued. So how much value it will cost. After valuation, they will sell it. For valuation, there is a certified valuers. These valuers will value the company and then they certify it. After that, the government will sell in the auction. Whoever bids the most, they will get this company. So it is actually a 4 lakh ton per annum plant in Adilabad, which got into commercial production in 1984. It has occupied a pride place in the industrial landscape of this region, catering to the cement requirement of the Marathwada and Vidarbha region in Maharashtra as well as northern Telangana. So its fortunes also fluctuated fast with the opening up of the economy and need for scale. Though it has been around 25 years since the plant officially became a non-operational, that is in 1998 November, the need to reopen the unit has been a constant demand and the importance of which has not been lost on political parties. The Telangana Industries Ministries, K.T. Ramarao, also returned to the center multiple times on the need for reviving this unit, and it gone vague. Now let us look into how the questions might come. So this first current affairs, that is Justice Ujjwal Bhuyan, regarding this, how the questions might come. This is regarding, there are 2 types of questions might come. One is for prelims and another mains. Prelims, because there will be a chance that who is the present High Court judge of Telangana. They will ask you, the present High Court judge was also the additional judge of which court? They will ask in 2011. They will ask like this. They will ask like, before this, where he worked, in which court he worked. He worked in Bombay High Court also. The Ujjwal Bhuyan as hails from which state? It might ask like this also. He is actually from Assam, the northeast region. So the next current affairs, that is about CCI, that is Cement Corporation of India. They ask questions like Cement Corporation of India dash. It is a public enterprise of Government of India. So they might ask question about, they will give you questions about what are the CCI present in one, that is Adilabad, and the 2, that is Kurkunta, Karnataka, and they will ask Nagaon, that is Madhya Pradesh, and then Akalthara and Mandar, both are in Chhattisgarh. If they want to twist you, they might ask questions like this also. They will give Akalthara and then Chhattisgarh, and then they will give Kurkunta, Karnataka, Nagaon, and then Madhya Pradesh, Adilabad, Telangana, and they will ask you, they will jumble these words and they will ask you to put it in the right combination. So Akalthara and Mandar are in Chhattisgarh, and then Kurkunta is in Karnataka, and Nagaon is in Madhya Pradesh, and Adilabad in Telangana. So because this is a contextual, this is very much related to Telangana, they might ask question related to this Cement Corporation of India, and they might also ask question about when the Cement Corporation of India started operations in Adilabad, that is April 1984. So when these were closed, these are non-operational, it became non-operational in November 1998. So these are the main important, and there is another important point is what is the plant capacity of CCI in the Adilabad, Telangana, that is 4 lakh ton per annum. And they might ask question about why the cement factories have come up in this region. You might ask questions like this. They might ask question about the mineral resources of Telangana. In this, they might ask question about the cement factory related question, and they might ask questions like what kind of minerals present in this region, and what kind of factories are present in this region, why they have set up those factories there. In Adilabad, it present nearly 48 million tons of limestone is present in Adilabad region, and apart from that, within 1 kilometer region we have a limestone supply. Why this CCI, that is Cement Corporation of India, set up plant in Adilabad? Because this Adilabad was rich source of limestone. The limestone is the main mineral, the raw material for the cement production. The cement production is limestone is used. The limestone, we have around 48 million tons of ore was there at the time of setting up of this plant, and right now we have around 42.66 million tons of ore is there at present. So these are the important points that we have to remember. Now let us go into the next current affair, that is implementation of Dalita Bandhu. The implementation of this Dalita Bandhu is 100% in Huzurabad and near total in Vasalamarri, adopted by CM. As we all know, this Dalita Bandhu has become a political hot potato during the election time of Huzurabad. So that is why the government took it as a challenge and implemented 100% in Huzurabad constituency. The CM himself adopted a region, Vasalamarri Mandal, and in this Vasalamarri they have completed 100% at near total. The ambitious Dalita Bandhu program aimed at providing a one-time financial grant of 10 lakh to each eligible Dalit families across the state is progressing steadily in different districts across the state in spite of the financial constraints faced by the government. A total of 38,617 beneficiaries has been identified since the launch of this scheme, of which details of 37,821 had been identified by the teams constituted by the government, and the beneficiaries were made to open their accounts, marking 97.94% achievement. The sanction letters have been issued to 36,130 beneficiaries till May 13, and the amount had been credited to 34,405 accounts. A total of 19,495 units have been grounded so far, including 12,921 in Huzurabad Assembly constituency. So, though it was estimated that there are more than 20,000 Dalit families in Huzurabad Assembly constituency, the field verification revealed that the number of eligible families is 18,211. The implementation of the scheme in terms of identification of the beneficiaries issuance of sanction letters and crediting the amounts into the accounts of the identified beneficiary has been taken up in saturation mode, and the constituency reported a grounding of 9,747 units till May 13th. So what is this saturation mode is all about? Saturation mode means if they taken up a village, in that village 100% all the families will be covered in this region. So that is called a saturation mode. So the implementation of this scheme has been a near total in Vasalamari Mandal of Bhuvanagiri district. So this is Bhuvanagiri district. It is adopted by K. Chandrasekhar Rao, where 72 beneficiaries had been identified and amounts were credited to their accounts. The Mandal reported grounding of 71 units under the Dalit Bandhu program. The progress has been a little slower in Chintakani Mandal of Khammam district, where 3,427 beneficiaries were identified, of whom the amounts had been credited to the accounts of only 1,989. A total of 632 units had been grounded in the Mandal so far. Dalit Bandhu is over 90% in Charugonda Mandal of Nagar Karnool district, where 1,396 beneficiaries had been identified and 1,373 units grounded after the release of funds to their accounts. So it shows that there is an uneven implementation of the this scheme in the various districts. It is because of various reasons. So they might ask questions about, let us look into the what kind of problems, this implementation problems that they might get. So it is very difficult to identify. We have a very limited resources, this government resources, that is the government cannot engage as many number of people as possible because we have only limited capacity of this SC corporation. The executive director of the SC corporation, in coordination with the public representatives, will identify the beneficiaries and issue the sanction letters under the leadership of the district collector. So in this, the SC corporation has got a limited manpower resources. At the same time, identification and then identified people also may not be ready with their business plans, or they might not be ready with the kind of what kind of business they have to set up. They have to give a business proposals, they have to submit it, and after that the amount would be credited into their account. So this identification and then identification of the business and then submitting this project proposals will be a very, very difficult task for this first generation families like Dalits. So this is the reason why there is an uneven implementation of the apart from this, there is an issue called the mass following. Like if someone buys a car and then if everybody started buying the cars, if someone buys something and then everybody would like to buy that, tractors, cars, these are the major things that if in a region, if everybody buys a car, then what happens to the demand of the taxes in that region? That would fall down and then there won't be any business. So this have to be looked into, all these things have to be looked into before sanctioning to the particular business plan. Now let us look into the next current affair, the Hyderabad on way to becoming obesity hypertension capital. The Health Minister Harish Rao, who released the report, expressed Telangana government's commitment to identify and work towards resolving this issue. Hyderabad headed to becoming the hypertension capital of India. The preliminary results of a widespread survey of 10,000 patients in GHMC region conducted by Gleneagles Global Hospitals in association with the Cardiological Society of India Telangana chapter seems to suggest this. The study found nearly 40.7% of the population having hypertension and another 39.8% of the population in a pre-hypertension phase. The interim report involved analyzing nearly 5,000 patients, that is 3,565 males, 922 females, by the statisticians of National Institute of Nutrition. So for the survey, They screen the population aged between 25 and 50 years of age across 15 hospitals linked with CSI. The three crucial findings were that firstly, 70.8% of the population had BMI of over 24, which implied they are overweight. So what is this BMI? BMI is a body mass index. This body mass index is calculated. How it is calculated? It is calculated the weight of the body divided by the height square. That is, height is taken in centimeters. The second was that the 75% had unhealthy dietary habits and 10% and 24% respectively smoked and consumed liquor. So these unhealthy habits have risen post-COVID, possibly contributing to rise in hypertension. So now what kind of questions they might ask in this? So what are the, so this is, since it is not a government organization's report, they may not ask you, what is the percentage and all, but they might ask you questions regarding, we have to learn things like what is BMI, what is hypertension, what is pre-hypertension, all these things that we have to learn. Apart from that, we have to understand that. See, there might be question if this kind of things might ask in see, there is certain we have to learn these things so that you can actually use this in society and all this kind of chapter. We may have to quote this kind of things in this particular chapter. So it is another societal problem, society related things. While you read in that particular paper, you may have to quote this kind of things. So another newspaper, another current affairs is Pattana Pragati program from May 20 to focus on tackling seasonal diseases. To ensure the preventive measures for tackling the seasonal diseases ahead of the monsoon, the GHMC will be implementing the Pattana Pragati program from May 20 to June 5 in the city. For implementation of this program, the mayor, that is Gadwala Vijay Lakshmi, conducted a meeting with all the GHMC officials on Tuesday at the GHMC head office. So with this, as the season, the rainy season is coming, it is very important to take preventive measures for tackling these seasonal diseases. During this meeting, the mayor asked the officials to ensure cleaning with good sanitation, the greenery in urban areas. She asked the people to participate in this program in large numbers and said that the good utilization of funds will be done as accountability will be maintained with officials as well as the public representatives if the people participate in this. So according to the GHMC officials, under this program, a special focus will be on a precautionary and preventive measures for seasonal diseases. The GHMC will also ensure the filling up of these low-lying areas to prevent the rainwater and wastewater from gathering and creating water pools and cesspools. GHMC teams will take all measures to prevent a stagnation of water in all public institutions, especially in the government schools, hospitals and Anganwadi centers. The officials will take up anti-larval operations and spread oil balls to prevent the breeding of mosquito larvae. So under this program, the corporation will also pay attention to sanitation and solid waste management, which includes clearing garbage in the city, cleaning and clearing the roadside bushes, including the drain cleaning and the desilting walks, all this, and the desilting walks, etc. So apart from the removal of the debris, the cleaning of open plots, duly serving notices to the owners and the collecting clearing charges along with the penalty and the administrative cost will be collected by the GHMC teams. The officials will also take up this cleaning works at the community places, schools, ward offices and the health centers, including the public places like bus stops, railway stations and upkeep of public toilets. The teams will also identify and take up the removal of the works of these dilapidated houses. The corporation has also asked to submit a daily report to the authorities, including Pattana Pragati activities, total garbages lifted, total debris removed, cleaning of the roadside bushes for how many kilometers, the number of dilapidated houses removed, and all other municipal works taken up under this program. So what kind of questions they might ask?